So Apple comes and they sew their assholes to the next guy's mouth, right? Human centipede style, right?
We live.
Are we live?
We live and fucking direct. Paxx and Lizard. We got a special guest today. FlexCoach.
Appreciate you guys having me on.
Appreciate you being here, man.
Hell yeah.
How long you been at it?
I've been at it for a little bit now. My first episode came out October 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been a little bit, but you know, the pandemic hit right when I started, so I couldn't really do in-person shit.
But content. That was good for content, though.
It was good for content in a different way, right? So I had the momentum going with people in Houston, and I was meeting people regularly, and then I had to go online, do Zoom episodes. But that allowed me to have conversations with people that weren't in Houston, and they were more accessible, they were more open to having conversations, so it worked out well. But you know, I would have liked it to have played out a little different with what I had in my head, but I'm not complaining.
I like that episode you did with the lady who studies sleep.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the good ones.
Yeah.
And then the way she was articulating everything, like I liked her voice too. Like it was soothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, she's talking about sleep and she's soothing. Like
Yeah, you can literally listen to that episode and go to sleep.
Right.
literally, yeah.
I listened to one of the finance episodes you dropped, and the guest, I forgot what was his guest? Anyway, it was so enlightening, bro. I was just like, yeah, we gotta have him on, dude, because you're young, man. How old are you?
24.
Okay.
Yeah, you sound like you've been in the stock market for like 40 fucking years.
Right.
I mean, it's just something that I've been interested in, and I studied that as well. But I don't know, it's just the concept of making money by using the money that you have is just fascinating to me.
Beautiful thing.
I mean, you just sit. You know, it also it becomes a habit, right? You wake up, you look forward to waking up and investing, and it's a productive pursuit. You wake up, you put some money in, you do enough research, you study the market, and now you're making money while you're sitting there. You make your monthly salary in 2 hours, and then it just shifts how you think about the world. It just shifts how you think about working and being, you know, enslaved in a system where you don't have freedom, where your time is being sold. You're exchanging your time for money.
Exchanging, money. And that's just like the old trusty way. Like, if you don't have an idea of what to do that, basically. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And nowadays, that whole rhetoric is getting rewrote because of young people that is not going for it, you know?
No, exactly, and that's something I fucking love about this time. People are just trying things. They're just trying to get out of that cycle of being stuck in a 9 to 5. And
nobody likes it, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody likes it. I think about people, I'll get mad somewhere in a place of business. It don't matter if I'm at a restaurant or whatever. And I always think like, they don't even want to be here. Like, why am I going to spaz out and just trip out on them? They don't even want to fucking be here. So I'm going to make their life even harder. Yeah, right.
That's a big reason why I started eating better too, because I realized like, bro, it feels like when you get a burger from whatever, like it was fast food, bro. It feels like they just slap that shit on there, just fucking. Here you go.
There's hate in the sandwich.
Exactly.
There's hate. They're not making it with good energy, you know.
And you're eating it in your car on lunch break.
Right.
It's a 30-minute break, so you're fucking you got 4 fries in your mouth. You're taking a sip with a Sprite burger, like.
It's efficient, but it's just not a lot of love in the situation. You know
and it's one of the most important things that we do is put shit in our body that makes us function.
Right.
And we just kind of do it in a half-assed way because someone designed to maximize profits. It's a convenience thing, but eating clean is not the easiest thing to do either. I mean, we could get into costs. We can get into, you know, meal prep and all that shit. And like, it's shocking to me why that's so difficult.
When it's like it should be just regular shit. You should be able to shit every day.
It should be a norm for humans. Like if they want to
Right.
maximize productivity, right? We should have more options where we can eat clean and feel
You can
better.
get a double cheeseburger for $1 or an organic apple for $2.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And you're gonna be hungry
I'm
as
fucking ass backwards.
You get
gonna be hungry
100
as fuck
calories
after that apple.
versus
Yeah.
1,000 calories.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
per calorie cost is
And they'll
not
just throw
efficient.
the term. I think organic is just like Nike now. Like I can take a blank shirt and throw a Nike switch on it,
Mhm.
and now it's like a $50 shirt. The organic title just makes everything expensive. And a lot of
Yeah, it
people say
does.
it's not even fucking organic.
Do you guys feel like they lying a bunch of times though? Like when it says like, for example, the eggs where it tells you like the square footage and shit, or it'd be like no, where it doesn't tell you the square footage, it'd be like
Cage free.
Yeah,
free
cage-free.
range.
but it'll be
Yeah.
like a big ass cage where it,
Free range.
Hmm.
yeah, or like how do we know it's even free range?
Why do you care how much the chicken run? I guess.
Well, nah,
I get
it matters.
right?
It matters.
But the
It
free
matters.
range, the whole, it's like Nike, bro. It's just like I'm throwing a name on top of a blank canvas.
Why do you think Wagyu steak is expensive as shit?
That's different though. That's like a
Yeah.
beautiful piece of meat, bro.
Mhm.
Like it's fucking marbled up nice. Like,
Chickens are beautiful, bro.
I'm talking about when the meat is cut out of the body, it's beautiful. Like a Wagyu steak looks different from a
Yeah,
T-bone.
the whole process of like sourcing it as well is different, and
Yeah, the auction.
It only comes from
Yeah.
one kind of cow, right?
it's just supply and demand, right? Like it's harder to get, it costs more to produce. That's why it costs more to buy.
I think it's their
Yes.
diet, what they eat, right?
Yeah. They're
Makes
they're not doing. There's no bullshit involved in that. I don't have the specifics, but it I think primarily comes from Japan, and
Yeah,
it's the cows are treated really well there, especially and the steak that they produce is higher quality, more nutritious. They're not feeding on corn or other bullshit that
Yeah.
muddies up the steak that we eat. That's not.
It's a lot
you
of
know.
bullshit in corn, man. Especially the feed that they're feeding the animals.
Hmm.
That corn is just straight GMO corn, no zero nutrients in it.
Bro, they feed cows other cows. Like, it's
Oh,
fucked up.
shit.
Yeah.
They feed them ground meat.
Cannibal cows, bro.
Yeah, they're like, just cows died. All right, we'll just feed the other cows that cow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't quote me on that though.
Right. See,
It's
Joe
nice
Exotic.
being-
Joe Exotic was I guess he was feeding
Joe
his tigers.
Exotic, nah, he was tripping.
He was feeding
man.
his tigers expired Kroger meat.
He was
Well,
feeding-
and his employees.
And that's what I'm saying. And the people that paid to come to his zoo, he was putting the expired meat on pizzas.
Oh, that's fucked
and
up.
selling them the pizza, bro.
Yeah. Well, at least he doesn't discriminate.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Anybody
He's
can
like,
get this
y'all can
for.
all get this shit. Nobody's gonna be treated.
It would come in a dump truck. They would dump it all out. Like a literal trash truck would dump the meat out.
And they'll look for roadkill and shit too.
Yeah, Joe Exotic he was efficient at running a zoo, I guess.
I wouldn't call it efficient. I would call it greedy.
Greedy.
You know, maximizing profits. And that's something we could talk about if you guys want. Just the dynamics that are at play in terms of, majority of businesses. It's just profit maximization, especially in a capitalistic society.
That's key though, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily key. It's key in terms of making the system move forward, and
Like if
obviously,
we were all machines.
yeah, and capitalism does fuel innovation. Like a lot of the cool shit that we have, even around us in this room, is because of the capitalistic society. But the negative byproducts are not, sustainable. That's not going to last for very long, and that's why we see all this. That's why we see companies being organic and slapping labels like vegan and sustainable, eco-friendly, even if they aren't. Even if they
Told
aren't.
me, but I'm pretty sure they said.
I guess they always can find a way. I guess they can always justify why they're labeling themselves whatever, just off of one little thing or
Yeah.
that they adjusted in their fucking.
But at least we're moving in the right direction, right? Like that's a step towards the right direction. At least acknowledging what needs to happen, where we need to move, as opposed to just blatantly lying to manipulate people and maximize their profits.
Blatantly lying, yeah, but what company doesn't? I'm not agreeing with these companies at all, but I'm just saying like the reality of it. And if we're not in the room while they're making these decisions and shit, how will we even really know? It take a lot of whistleblowers to get the truth out on anything. People thought chicken nuggets were made of real chicken at one point. You know what I mean? Somebody had to blow
I think
that
it
whistle.
takes. I think it takes the right CEO. You know? Like
Yeah.
if you make
Elon
yourself
Musk is a dope CEO.
exactly, if you make yourself the right CEO, you can literally make a difference. Like not
Tesla
just
make it. I seen. Don't quote me though. It uses a lot of. It burns a lot of fossil fuel to make their energy efficient.
Yeah,
vehicles.
I mean their carbon
You know what I mean?
footprint is not net zero, and
I know. I'm saying it's
which
huge,
is
though.
impossible right now.
it's not possible exactly. Like
Right.
No,
they
it's not
can't
possible.
they can't do it in a way that allows them to function as a company because of the way that just the way things are right now.
Yeah.
You know, if there were, I mean, they get tax credits and the government does assist them in moving their mission forward, but it's still not a viable way to make it net zero. But they're still contributing, right? Electric cars.
They're doing their part, but like you said, nobody can have clean hands in this shit.
I think what needs to be done is fairly simple. It's just they don't want to fucking do it. You know, it's like because just like if you really want to make a difference, you give all your people benefits. You know what I'm saying? Treat your workers good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
McDonald's workers should not be getting $750 in a multi-billion-dollar company like McDonald's.
Should offer them
is more-
stocks every quarter or something like that.
Stocks,
I don't know,
yeah,
something.
more
1%.
incentive. And then they mad right now because the people don't want to work for these fast food companies.
They're not incentivized. I mean, it's just kind of like you need this shit.
More people are taking risks on themselves now than going back to a burger flipping job.
Yeah, facts.
People, but they fucking hate it. But they won't do anything to change it though.
I mean, we have to really dive into like their finances at that point, right, and figure out why they can't do it. Because if it's an ethical issue where they're like, we don't really give a fuck, so we're not gonna do it,
That's what it sounds like.
then it makes sense. But if it's a financial thing, well, financially speaking, you know, we think these companies have a lot of money, but it's just money that's making everything run, and they have a lot of costs, and you know, it's just weird. Like Apple does a great job. You know, entry level job at Apple pays above average.
Right.
Any job at Apple pays above average, and that's because they have a lot of cash reserves. That's
But I
because
think-
they
you don't
have
think,
money on hand.
McDonald's would have just some.
I would assume so too, man, but I'm
like-
not sure. That's what I would like focus on a little bit and
Right.
try to figure out what the reasoning is. If
Just
it's
one company. Apple is pretty big. It's pretty much everywhere. It's a more luxury versus necessity. McDonald's gives you necessity, being food, and it's super accessible.
Apple's
for
bigger, right?
everybody. Apple is bigger than McDonald's.
Yeah, right.
yeah, 100%.
So I mean,
But I
And their
mean,
profit margins are greater too. Like McDonald's, think
a lot
about that,
more
you know.
cash
So
flow.
McDonald's
Everybody
not
has
making
an
that much
iPhone.
money.
You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
guys working at McDonald's.
they spend probably 80% of the revenue on fucking advertising. and shit.
Saying like this.
I mean, I'm just throwing a number out there. I really don't know what the percentage
It's
is.
McDonald's
I wouldn't be surprised if it was higher.
everywhere though. Like you can't afford $12 an hour. I think it's like you said. It's an ethical issue. They don't give a fuck. I don't think
It could be, and if
I
it
don't
is,
think
then
it's
that's fucking
economic.
sad.
I
Like
think
if that's
it's just like
if that's the case, then that's fucking sad.
I mean, what else could it be?
I think they just don't give a fuck.
Well, I think it could be financial though, right? Because
Right, but
if they can't afford it, and if it doesn't fit in their sort of financial, you know,
Plan.
plan in a way, in terms of growth, in terms of marketing spending, in terms of competing with competitors, like all of these things, in terms of all of these physical locations that they're liable for, like all of this shit. But maybe, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we would have to, we could pull up some shit and look at their market cap and see how much cash they have on hand. And if they got a bunch of cash on hand, then they're playing games. Like that's not
A
cool.
lot of game foul play, but
Because I feel like if they have to make a sacrifice in order for that to happen, they're not gonna budge. You know.
this is the place that sells dollar burgers though, so it's possible that they don't have the fucking money. You know what I'm saying? It is possible because when do you go to McDonald's? Who do you know that goes to McDonald's and buys like the number, like whatever, like a big meal?
I don't go to McDonald's.
Most
Fuck
people
McDonald's.
Yeah,
most
fuck
people
McDonald's.
just go and get $8 sandwich, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the whole rhetoric with McDonald's. Breakfast. How much is it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They keep that shit.
$2.50.
You'll leave with a breakfast for $3-4.
But how much do you think they make on each sale? If their shit costs $2.50, how much do you think they make?
Considering everything's so bulk that they buy and everything, maybe a little bit. They're making maybe a little bit of profit. I would think. If the burgers
Because
are
you know they're not
$1.70,
cooking crack. They're making biscuits. So I feel like, yeah, they're probably spending like like the profit margin probably isn't. They're probably getting more money off the goddamn brand itself.
$2 double
trademark.
cheeseburger, 2 patties, 2 pieces of cheese, 2 pieces of bread, a bun or whatever. Fucking $1 something to make that burger.
And
For sure.
and the cost of having people to make it within the hour, right? So that factors into the sale, and having the cost of the electricity, the gas, the physical location, rent, water, everything. All of that factors into how much money they make per transaction.
Right.
So do you think something needs to be done on something to?
Right. How can we get the McDonald's workers more money, basically? How can we do that?
Like, what would need to happen for them to
We gotta storm the McDonald's fucking
be able to
headquarters.
afford it?
Charity influence, so they kind of give more out than they're actually trying to recirculate, I suppose.
McDonald's?
Yeah, they do give to a lot of charities.
That's some like tax shit.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
that's
I
some
was about
tax.
to- that's a tax
that's
break,
straight
bro.
tax break. Yeah.
For sure. They don't give a shit about them. More than likely, I don't know them personally.
Yeah.
I can assume that they don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm also assuming here, because if we had, the right information, we would have probably be closer to a conclusion.
Right.
How do you feel about this NFT revolution going on?
It's cool. It's interesting. I think it's oversaturated, and
Already?
yeah,
Yeah, the art
for
shit.
sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
There's some dominating players, and if you have a personal brand, if you're somebody that people follow, it's easy. Like, you can sell some shit, you can capitalize on the trend, but I don't really, I don't know. I mean, I think that's with anything, right? Like, when it becomes oversaturated, too many people kind of jump in and in hopes of making money, and 90% of them lose money. So we'll see how it plays out, but it's a cool concept. I like it's like buying skins in a video game. People have described it like that, and it's also just having something in the digital realm that only you own, that only you have the rights to. So it's cool. We'll see how it plays out.
Now, I like the structure too. Like the if you can structure it to where every time you get whatever percentage you ask for, whether it's 10 or 15%, you can ask for the resale of the resale price. So you sell your NFT for 500K, and somebody goes and resells it for $1 million, you get 100K. Like if you wanted the 10% on every time it.
So you still keep getting paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said, it was
cool.
being oversaturated.
I mean, I think it's just I mean, I guess it depends who you are or what kind of because like if you look at it from the like you want to monetize off NFTs, off whether it's like through like whatever crypto blockchain is attached to it or actually entering the NFT market versus like looking at it from the creative standpoint is pretty cool,
Yeah, having that opportunity as a creator.
because it's kind of it's history,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
For
think
sure.
a lot of people are gonna get into it just like anything else, not understand it, play with it, lose money, become discouraged, not fuck with it again. It's like Bitcoin and crypto for a lot of people. They put money in, thinking it was a big boom. They didn't really understand it, lost money, and they lose confidence into the whole system because they don't really understand what's going on.
Like imagine if because they had like how they had the Tupac hologram or the Michael Jackson hologram, like that. If you could sell out arenas off of people that's already dead, bro.
Just hologram concerts.
Like
I mean, they're making music. They're making music through algorithms now. Like there's a website, and I keep forgetting the name. It's like the Lost Sounds of the 27 Club or some shit like that, and it's AI generated songs from Kurt Cobain,
That's
Amy
fucking
Winehouse,
scary, bro.
and they sound pretty decent.
Like the lyrics and the voice and everything.
Completely brand new song
from dead artists.
from Nirvana with Kurt Cobain.
That's
AI generated, made by an algorithm. Look it up. Lost tapes of the 27
Club.
Club.
The song too, or they write the song and someone else sings it.
Well, no, it's in the voice of Kurt Cobain, so it sounds like Nirvana
Like a
made that
deep fake?
song. Yeah, but audibly, like sonically.
Audible deep fake.
using AI to create the album Lost to Music's mental health care crisis.
Oh, the 27 Club.
Yeah, like they all died when they were
27.
yeah. That's insane.
But that's crazy though.
AI generated albums. So they just combine notes and vocals and take vocals from all their shit.
Yeah, they probably just feed it into an algorithm, right? Like, so they just hear every song that's ever been made, and the algorithm processes it and recognizes how to recreate that sound, and then realizes what kind of genre or category of music that they operated in, and then just creates it.
Holy fuck.
And wait till this shit gets better than human beings.
Right.
I was about to say, like,
it's only a matter of time, bro.
Yeah,
until it's like
100%.
That episode of Futurama when Fry had the sex robot, and he stayed in. It was a warning video saying if you buy this robot, be careful, you might lose touch with humanity, basically. And it was showing how outside his window, aliens came, tore the earth down. They rebuilt the earth, tore it down again, rebuilt it.
Yeah,
Even in the room with his sex robot, that whole fucking time. You know what I'm saying? It's like you lost track of, like, you know, the AI shit is scary, man.
Yeah, that sex doll shit weird as hell.
Bro, people
Facts.
spending an absurd amount of money.
Bro, they have like...
I'm like, yeah, that's crazy, but
Bro, you could just go and get the real shit. Like, it's not that hard.
yeah, bro, you spent 2 bands on a fake ass, like just an ass. It was like, bro, you could have got a rental car, went out there, got you a suit. You know what I'm saying? Went to the mall and just stood there. Just stand there by your rental car with your suit on. Something's gonna happen. I guarantee you. You know what I'm saying? Something's gonna happen. Just go with that. You know what I mean? That's more of an experience anyway.
Put yourself in a situation.
People cherish.
They have a whole community of this shit. Like, oh, I had to
Yeah,
send.
what the fuck?
I had to send Tiffany for a repair.
Oh, bro.
Or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you seen that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
so-
send your doll in for like repairs, like a
Nah,
tune-up.
bro, hell no.
You putting in some miles on that puppy. You know what I'm saying?
I
Yeah.
wonder what the resale market looks like.
Oh, it's pretty low. I'm pretty sure.
Now, if they come out with Supreme sex dolls, and you use that shit, people still buy it.
Bro, the resale market on a Supreme blow-up doll.
Somebody would just buy it just to have it. Not even
Yeah.
fuck it.
Of course, yeah.
Like a rapper would just buy that shit just,
Yeah.
just have that.
I don't
on
think
the music
anybody's
video.
gonna fuck that one. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it says Supreme on it for some reason, nobody's gonna touch it.
Someone's gonna fuck it.
But
Some hype-
what if it
yeah,
was like
he's
the
like,
baddest
fuck.
sex doll ever? It was the craziest sex doll with
I've
like
never
futuristic
seen a sex doll bad
technology.
enough for me to be like.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'm
bro.
just hypothetically saying,
Right.
I don't fuck with that
She
shit.
gets up and walks around. She
I mean, I
cooks.
remember it was. I saw
That's some scary shit.
Joe Rogan was looking at some shit. Like it was literally like you could almost not tell the difference. Like for like a split second, but then it's like you see this like
It's like a dead.
we have an
look in
instinct.
their
Yeah, we
eyes.
have an instinct to like alive something when something's alive. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Or dead. So
Like a soulless little robot.
yeah,
lady,
like,
bro.
nah, this motherfucker. Yeah.
She got a Nicki Minaj ass though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta climb out.
yeah. It's just like. stiff.
Damn, bro.
All right, last question on the sex doll shit. You think they come in big? But you think you build it when it comes to your house? You think it comes in a like a fucking
Like a fucking IKEA
table?
furniture, yeah.
Exactly.
You
gotta
open the
sit there and
manual. It's
build
like,
it.
just do,
This is like fuck. Okay.
just do what you want.
Put screw A. Like it's like really intricate. You know what I'm saying? You spend 2 days just building it.
Not sure, man.
Or does it come in a full human casket box? Like, you know, you just open that bitch up.
Yeah, they customize everything. The fucking eyebrows, the goddamn how you want the
That makes
cheekbones
sense.
to look, all kind of crazy shit.
Like designer.
Which there's a market in that for sure.
This is old though, when they were doing designer people, designer babies. These rich people will go and basically pick their own genetics that they want to be prevalent in their kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I got brown eyes, my girl has blue eyes. We have a kid. We don't want to leave it up to chance what color its eyes are. We can pay to make sure that the eyes are blue.
Yeah, they got
You know what I mean?
CRISPR. They do like gene editing shit.
That shit is crazy. Bro.
You can customize your kid.
Yeah,
It's fucked up.
It's a
Well,
customized-
okay, I've never heard of this shit, bro.
Yeah.
You can customize your
You can
fucking
customize your
before
kid.
it obviously. So
Of course.
they
Yeah.
They edit the genes.
they edit the motherfucking embryo like while it's they fucking
Right.
what?
I think they actually take I think they inseminate the egg outside of the body, play with it, you know, with the genes or whatever, and then they put it back into the woman, or something like that. But I don't know if they're doing it inside the lady, but it's a big business right now. I think it's only gonna get bigger. the more, cause you know, like when top of the line technology comes out, it's always expensive as shit at first, then it gets dirt cheap.
Yeah.
Like a fucking flat screen was $2,000 or something back in the day, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You can get one for $400 maybe. A really good one, you know what I mean?
Facts. I'm curious to see how that shit goes though. If we're just gonna have like perfect specimens walking around, you know?
Exactly.
And like people that can't afford it for some reason,
They'll be the outcast.
they're like, oh, he's not edited.
He's not,
Like, we don't fuck with him.
Yeah.
That's the next level of like classism or racism in a way.
You remember when Squidward hit his face on the door and he was like stupid handsome? You don't remember that?
Nah, I don't know.
Yeah, we gotta put that picture up of handsome Squidward. You didn't
Handsome
you ever seen that
Squidward?
before?
Nah.
But that's how everybody's gonna come out, bro. Like,
That's funny, bro. Look at this shit.
Yo.
that's how everybody's gonna come out, bro.
Nah, literally, we're not gonna be alive to see that shit.
Man, we were
Nah, I
talking
don't
about
think so.
last night.
That's just some futuristic racism. I mean,
Yeah.
classism or whatever the fuck. It's gonna have
it's
a
gonna be
different
classism
name.
for sure.
It's gonna be a different name.
It's
It's
gonna
just,
be, yeah.
it's just in our nature.
Maybe 40 years from now, we were talking about how it might be illegal to have gas engines.
It very well could be.
Illegal. That's some shit, bro. I couldn't even imagine that.
They would probably have a cap on emissions. Like you could have like a 4-cylinder, that's it.
Yeah.
But nothing above 4. And, you know, people that want that shit are gonna be slower than everyone else because Teslas are dumb, like crazy fast. Crazy fast.
They beat gas engines already. Tesla's already
100%.
beat gas powered
Oh, 100%.
engines. So
What sparked up that fire in you, bro? Like, to even just like with your content and shit.
So like start a podcast. It's an interesting story, I guess, to me, but I don't think I've even shared this. Maybe I have throughout my episodes, but never like properly or in its entirety. But it was kind of like I was going through a rough phase in my life, you know, just being depressed and antisocial. And I'm naturally very shy and introverted. And I wasn't like comfortable talking to people and connecting with people. And it was just kind of like alienating me, you know. I was at U of H and I was finishing up there. And I would just go to class and come back. And I wouldn't talk to anyone, you know, I wouldn't socialize. But it's interesting because my freshman year I went to UTSA. So that's where I met him. We were rushing the same fraternity. And so I was kind of social there. And then I hit this patch when I moved back of just being antisocial and kind of depressed and all that stuff. And I don't know, I just got tired because I had this like desire inside of me to start something. And I've always been doing stuff. I moved here when I was 12. Didn't have friends then. From India.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I didn't really have friends. I started making YouTube videos. Started making gaming videos. And I started blowing up there. Like 25K subscribers, you know, YouTube partnership back in the day. Making money at like 14.
Okay.
So I always had that shit within me. And then throughout the years, reselling clothes, you know, starting clothing lines, like always had that entrepreneurial drive. But then these 2 years, I got frustrated because I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. And I was just sitting there, like every night I would be sad. Like I have this potential and I'm not putting it out. So long story short, I started an Instagram page and I started making like posting stuff because I wasn't comfortable being in front of the camera, having my voice on the internet.
Yo, cool
yeah.
voice, by the way.
Thank you. And that's part of the reason why I started because a lot of girls were just kept telling me like, yo, you have a nice voice, I want to hear this.
it's like a fucking what's his name, dude? Barry White.
Yeah?
You ever heard Barry White?
No.
Oh, come on, you haven't. Okay, we have to react to a Barry White song before you leave.
As an artist?
Bro, he's like an
Barry
artist
Soul singer.
from the
I moved here when I was 12, man.
Okay.
I missed out on a lot of stuff.
Okay. Well, we miss Barry White. Barry White was in the 70s and 60s.
Okay.
He's super old, but
But he has a deep ass voice.
yeah, his voice has that same gravitas as yours, bro. Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. You should get into like making R&B for the ladies, bro.
Oh, bro, if you do that shit, you'll go platinum. On Christ, we'll write it for you. If you need some writers,
Bro,
Yeah.
you'll go.
I don't think I can sing though, you know?
You can, bro.
Yeah, you can. We believe in you, guys.
I just start believing and put out some trash.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Then you need Kajabi.
Fucking man, I hope.
All right, man. You can pass me some cuts, bro. Yeah. You gonna celebrate?
I'm just not that into movies, but I've been watching, like the only time I watched him is with my girl, date night type shit, but besides that, haven't really been into movies like that. Or TV like that for some reason.
Alright, thank you. He's on that.
That's good.
Yeah, that's cool, bro. This nigga brought me a measuring cup. Yeah, I'm just saying. Oh shit. Alright, you did the honors, person.
Yo, so he kind of like talking. He's not really like singing.
That's what I was saying, bro. He has that. He's just like.
He just says things to the women, bro, and he just. Bro, I watched one of his. I love Barry White. I watched one of his interviews. I watched all his interviews, and he was like, he's like, a lot of people are saying that your music is making people make babies. All he said was, he was like, that's not. Like he's a man of few words, bro. Like,
That's not.
That's not.
That's crazy. Yeah, I do want to clarify a few things though. So that's not primarily why I started, because girls are complimenting my voice or whatever. I also wanted to provide value to people, you know. And I just had all these, like, I was having so many conversations with my friends and giving my friends advice on shit. And they're like, yo, your perspective is nice. Like, you think about things in a very rational way and you're very analytical and all these things. I'm like, all right, let me just put it out for people. But yeah, it started with Instagram posts, and it was just quotes from the book 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. He was like a super inspiring person in my life, and it's crazy because he's scheduled to come on the podcast. It's
no fucking way.
Yeah, it's
the writer of 48 Laws.
The writer of 48 Laws of
You
Power.
know 48 Laws of, you know, come on, bro.
But that's the biggest W of my life, because of how inspirational he was and the fact that I created nothing or something from nothing.
Right.
Because of this person's influence, because I read his books, and it kind of opened my mind up even more. And then my first Instagram post is a quote, is the Law 1, talk less than necessary. That's how this shit started. Now he's gonna come on.
Oh my fucking god, bro.
And
And you I'm pretty sure you manifested this shit. Like, you
I
wanted.
don't know, man. That we could talk about that. I don't really believe in that, to be honest.
You
Like,
believe in destiny?
Destiny, yeah, but like, you know, I don't want to say I don't believe in it. I don't have enough experience to
say it's real.
to value, to say it's real, exactly. Like, I don't have enough experience with thinking about something and making it happen, or manifestation, like, or obsessively thinking about something. I really believe in obviously thinking about something, but then just acting towards it, just putting in the work, and then it happens.
Yeah. But
that's
okay,
kinda manifesting.
He's talking about the physical effort of actually getting it done.
Yeah.
Physically.
But what I was thinking right now is like, maybe you probably subconsciously manifested it because you have desires for things that necessarily aren't tangible at that moment for you, or in your logical mind.
Like, it's not an obsessive thing.
It's like a dream.
Exactly.
Like maybe you dreamed it. You probably don't even remember. You didn't even have the dream. You know?
Right.
But I feel it though. Like, I started doing it after a while, and it hasn't surfaced. I drive past this Ferrari dealership like on a regular basis, where I have to go regularly, and every time I like visualize, like, I'm gonna come here and buy one.
Right.
Every single time. And it's just maybe that's a version of it, right? Maybe that's a version of manifestation, and I'm certainly putting in the work towards making that happen at some point. But when it does happen, maybe we can have another conversation and then be like, yo, I believe in this shit now.
Yeah. I like McLarens, man.
Yeah.
I forgot where the McLaren dealership is, but I passed by that one. Going to Sabi's crib. I forgot what highway it is. But the McLaren Lamborghinis.
Congratulations, man. On that. That's a W.
Congratulations.
Like, yeah, you can get him first.
I don't know if that's a water.
Oh, it's inspirational having you on right now. Like hearing that, bro.
Of course,
that's
man.
crazy. Because I mean, that's how you caught my attention. You know what I'm saying, on IG, and it was all those elements, you know, that we were talking about, just combined.
I appreciate that.
It's like when you present it, it's like when it's all people take it in, everything combined. You know, just like So I think that's impactful. You know what I'm saying?
That was so
So
sweet.
you give
Let's toast
value
that
back
shit.
to people too, man.
Cheers.
Salute.
That was
Cheers,
one of my
bro.
favorite things of what you just
yeah.
spoke
You
on
want one?
right now. As far as
Yeah, there's more. Yeah.
it wasn't the voice, it wasn't this or that. It was bringing value to people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your listeners walk away with something at the end, whether it's knowledge, a smile, anything you can just give your audience.
You got to do that shit selflessly too.
Yeah.
Like it has to be.
Oh,
It,
yeah.
it has to be selfless and genuine, and I see a lot of, cause I'm in this space where I interact with a lot of podcasters that are like on top of their game in terms of entrepreneurship and self-improvement, and they got like 7-figure businesses. You know, they're making a bunch of money and they're all tied in together. Like it's a community, and I'm in that community and I get to talk to these people because. You know, everyone's assistant hits each other up like, yo, let's have each other on. It'll grow our shit even more. I don't really like that aspect. I'm not the biggest fan of someone coming on saying the same shit they said on 30 other podcasts just to get a promotion slot,
Yeah.
just to hit your audience and
Yeah.
sell them on whatever you're selling. I like selfless shit.
I like organic shit.
Yeah, 100% organic, genuine shit where you're giving people a lot of value.
Yeah.
And you're telling them stuff that not in a, because there's that famine mentality aspect where it's like, why would I give you this gem if it benefits you, if we're competing, if it takes money out of my pocket? And I don't like that.
And this, I feel like it's not really in the competition too in this game. That's fucked up. People
Yeah.
look at it like that because it's entertainment, and just as easily as you can watch mine, you can watch yours. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you have a fan base too, like.
I mean, it's just so powerful because you don't need. Yeah, you're just like a family. You don't need a network. You
Right.
you creating your own
You
network.
create literally your own following. That's what's so beautiful about this shit. Like it's literally a
Hell yeah.
following, and they just ride for you, bro. I don't think it should be like that. Yeah, that's fucked up, man.
And that's why we did this shit. To bounce, like just bouncing the energy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because we all have like unique perspectives and shit. You know. And like that's the whole point of having guests and shit. Is more like a. Yeah, I only want guests that add value to the. You know what I'm saying? To the whole.
Yeah.
to the whole
what I mean?
situation.
Not yeah.
That's why we don't focus really on like interviews, because we're not a music podcast, but we make music on the podcast. We talk about a lot of music related stuff, and
Goofy
like
shit,
that.
funny shit.
funny
whatever.
shit, goofy shit.
But
And, we like it to all like merge and have a like a real sense of authenticity. Like you get what you get here.
Yeah, you don't have to act.
It's no acting here. Yeah, we'll freestyle and just talk about a bunch of bullshit, sex, dogs, whatever the fuck. But this is organic for us and for our listeners that are like-minded and they just want to have a nice little chat with us, but you're not chatting with us. Like how when I listened to yours, it felt like we were having a conversation. I wasn't even there. You know what I mean? It kind of gives you that feel. I guess that's a good podcast when you feel like you're conversating.
You're part of
with
the
person.
conversation.
Right. You're not
Yeah.
even there. You know what I'm
I
saying?
honestly feel like I'm only getting started with this shit. Like, whatever I've put out has been kind of my own journey with self-growth. You know, getting comfortable talking to people. That's like, just think about that. You know, some people are born with that ability. And I was always shy and hesitant. I had this like fear inside of me. Oh, I don't want to be judged. I don't want to be looked at a certain way. And, you know, it just barely got comfortable talking to people. And I've already done all this shit, like 250 episodes out and 300 like something recorded. And when I start putting the structure behind it, when I start actually like thinking about it from a level of, all right, now that I'm comfortable, how can I make it better? Because a lot of shit I'm not proud of. Like, I'm proud of all the work that I've done, but I'm not happy with the quality of certain episodes.
What's your tip that you would give somebody that wanted to start a podcast tomorrow?
I'd say consistency for sure. That's the most important thing. We see so many podcasts start and they just disappear. You gotta stop like the comparison thing. That's just a tip from my end. I don't know if some people are
It's
immune to
unhealthy
that.
to do that.
It's so unhealthy, man.
You gotta compare yourself to how you were yesterday.
Facts.
Nah.
Just stay consistent and keep like working on getting better. Like actually listen to your shit and think about ways to be more entertaining, to be more engaging, to provide more value, and to just maintain like authenticity. not get lost in the whole dynamic of, oh, this shit's charting in a country, now I'm too cool. Like, now I want to be this. Now I don't want to post for a month. Now I want to do this. Like, I fell victim to that several times, and I realized, like, all that does is slow me down.
Just getting comfortable.
Yeah, and just doing people that tune in. Like, attention's the biggest asset, right? And they're giving me their attention, and I'm doing a disservice by getting too comfortable and operating from ego and thinking, yo, this shit's, like, big. You know, it's on 70 countries, like, all this shit. It's dangerous. Sometimes you just need to be humbled. And
How many countries is your shit in right now?
70.
Yeah, congratulations, bro.
70
Yeah,
countries.
congratulations, bro. That's
70.
lit.
Take a swing to that episode.
Yeah.
70
That's
countries,
crazy.
bro. 70 countries.
70 countries. We'll toast to that
Is the
shit.
top country U.S.?
Yeah, of course.
Right, okay.
Yeah, the hometown, man. Houston has the biggest audience.
Okay.
Yeah, but everywhere else they listen.
That's good,
And it's just
bro.
crazy that they've heard me. Like, some of these countries, I mean, I don't want to do this, but it's mind-blowing to me that they've heard it.
Right.
It's just crazy. Same with artists, so I feel like Spotify does a great job at that.
Yeah.
Spotify's distribution is beautiful. That's why you see a lot of artists in their yearly Wrapped with like 70, 60 plus countries or whatever, you know, because Spotify is
spreads
just the
the wealth,
algorithm.
Mhm.
But if they consistently tune in, I don't know what hosting platform you guys use, but if you use Anchor, you can see all the countries. And it's just
I started an Anchor. I haven't posted anything on there. I just been doing the YouTube. This is our fifth. This is episode 5.
This is episode 5.
oh shit. So you guys aren't on iTunes and Spotify yet?
Not yet. Not
Okay.
yet. Yeah,
Specifically like a YouTube show right now. Basically.
That's dope. I would recommend Anchor actually because they become your first sponsor as well. So you make money by just starting. Yeah.
You have no visuals for yours? It's all podcast?
Man, like I said, like being comfortable in front of the camera is a thing still,
That's
but
so new.
I was talking to him about the SD card shit. Just a hassle, you know, because I do everything by myself. And I'm working on getting a team around me now because at this point I can, but it's just hard setting everything up and then, you know, the SD card runs out or whatever. It's just easier. It's more natural anyway because some people I have on are like, yo, I don't want to be on video
True.
all the time. Like the sleep doctor. She's like, I don't want to have my camera on. It's just more comfortable for her to speak.
Yeah, and it opens the door to like you get her natural perspective. Like she's not held back by anything. Like she's just like being.
Yeah. Some people get camera shy. And I've recorded artists before where they had a hype, a lot of energy, and then as soon as they get in front of the microphone, they kind of they turn into like a little kid. It's just like that.
Like a beaker from the Muppets.
The nerves, yeah. It's like the nerve. They get nerved up.
Yeah, it's essentially like being concerned about what people think about you.
It fucks your confidence up.
Right, it's a hard battle to win, especially when the judgment of other people has an effect on your emotions. When it could take you out of your element and all the work that you put in to become who you are just gets instantly erased.
It feels discredited.
Yeah, you just get in your own head and you're like, oh, people are watching me right now. But on some level, you just gotta not give a fuck about anything. And, you know, people fuck with you, they fuck with you. If they don't, then they're irrelevant. Like,
Most of the risk takers get all the wins, bro. You can say that Elon Musk didn't give a fuck, or like a lot of these people didn't give a fuck as far as like, falling in line with everything else.
but it's hard when you do give a fuck, right? Because he gave a fuck about humanity and the environment. So on some level, he is a caring, sensitive person.
No, definitely.
But in this one little tangent, in one piece of the equation, you gotta not give a fuck.
I mean, in the sense of putting yourself out there. You can be a great person and, you know, care about the world and all that, and not want to put yourself out there. You don't want your, the fucking, in the arms of an angel commercial. And the chick was like, well, I don't want to be on camera now. It would have messed the commercial up. It was the fact that she's there singing, petting the dogs and shit. It was the whole package. You know what I'm saying? It was the full package deal.
Yeah.
It adds to it. But
I do want to say one thing. It is possible to be introverted, to be shy, to be depressed, to feel like you're afraid of people, to feel like no one fucks with you, to feel like people don't give you credit for things, like feel alienated, feel like an outcast, and still make an impact, still create something.
definitely.
And that's what I want to like encourage people to do, is realize that once you start doing something, everyone starts fucking with you. People just start fucking with you. If you're doing something and it's of value and they see you're growing, they see like your shit's gonna work, people just come around. And they treat you nicer too.
Especially like in music, a lot of the cases, people can tell you, nope, the world doesn't fuck with you. No. Your friends and your family aren't really believing in you until they see other people believing in you. Once they see, like you said, you got 70 countries now, and now your third cousin that never listened ever, is now like 70 countries. I'm gonna check you out.
No, now they're all showing love, and it's like I'm nowhere near done. Like this, like I said, it's the beginning, but can't wait to see what happens.
If we shot a film, would you ever act in it?
You shot a movie?
No, I'm saying if we shot a film, would you act in it?
Yeah, of course, man. I'll support you guys. I'll help you guys.
Yeah. That's lit.
That'd be tough.
No, I appreciate you, man, and I think it was overdue. Us connecting, linking up, and doing this.
Yeah.
And it's obviously great meeting you as well. But it's just cool, man. Like there's so much talent in the city. There's so many talented people doing cool shit. It's just beautiful, and to help like put it out, to help amplify what they're doing, it's beautiful.
And then they human centipede 3 kids that didn't. They pressed agree, right? They pressed agree on the terms and conditions. So Apple comes and they sew their assholes to the next guy's mouth, right? Human centipede style, right?
Yeah.
And then there's one part where he was like, the dude was like, I want to get out of this shit. He's like, oh, bet. Just click agree right here. And he was like, okay, bet. He could just click agree. He was like, you didn't fucking read it. He's like, this means we can never stop. This means we can always do this now. You didn't read it, bro.
But happy to fucking have you, bro. Like,
I appreciate you guys having me on, man.
He's a toast to fucking success.
If I can ever be of any value, you know, whatever I can do for you guys.
That's dope,
appreciate you having you, man.
Yeah, appreciate you having you, man. The FlexCoach. Follow the FlexCoach. He's on all platforms: Spotify, iTunes, everything.
No, just appreciate you guys, and if you want to hear my podcast, it's called theFlexCoach. Like I said, all streaming platforms. You can connect with me on Instagram at theFlexCoach. Any questions, whatever you have, you know, I'm there.